This slide prepared by Nur Fifa binti Hamad, Sofia Era Vani binti Zaizuddin, Kyle Willy Anna Perempuan P. Ravi.
Assalamualaikum to Dr. Mazalan. My name is Nur Afifa binti Ahmad and my matrix number is BB231610004. I will discuss part 1 and this part have two graphs, but I only explain one graph, which is relative frequency. The relative frequency graph is in the form of a polygon, while the cumulative relative frequency graph is in the form of an ogive. First, purpose of the relative frequency, which is displays the proportion of data within each interval independently. Each point shows the frequency for a specific range without considering previous intervals. And second, shape of the relative frequency is the orange line forward margin has a sharp spike, indicating a significant concentration of values in one interval around 25. The blue line production cost remains steady with slight variation, showing a more even distribution. Instead, instances of relative regression graph useful for specific interval with high or low frequency. For example, it highlights that forward margin is concentrated in a single range. And lastly, the higher values for production cost is from class 25, which is 0.23, and the lower value is from class 75 and 95, which is 0.07, while the higher value for forward margin is from class 25, which is 0.77, and the lowest value is from class 15, which is 0.1. That's all for me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sofia Rawani binti Zainuddin, matrix number BB23111125. I would like to discuss the second graph. This graph shows how the data adds up step by step for production cost and profit margin. It's called the cumulative relative frequency graph because it adds the frequency one by one as you move the range. Let's start with the profit margins. At first, the line rises very quickly between 10 and 30. This means most of the profit margins are small, happening in this range. After 30, the orange line becomes flat. This shows that very few or no profit margins are higher than this point. In simple words, most of the profit are concentrated in the lower range of value. Now, for the production cost, the blue line rises slowly and steadily from the start to end. This means production costs are spread out evenly across the values. There are no sudden jumps that we see with the profit margins. At the end of the graph, both lines reach top value of 1 or 100%. This is because all the data has been added up by the end. A cumulative graph always ends at 1 because it includes all the values step by step. In conclusion, the graph shows key difference between profit margin and production cost. Profit margin is heavily concentrated in a smaller range 10 to 30. This means most of the profit come from a specific range, and beyond that, there are little to no profit. Production cost is more balanced and spread across the entire range. This shows steady and consistent distribution of cost. These differences are important because they show that profit margins are more limited and focused, while production costs are broader and more predictable. Understanding this helps in planning and decision making. For example, focusing on reducing production costs or increase profit in the most profitable range could improve overall profit. Thank you.
Measures of a central location for the two key performance indicators. Key performance indicators for the production cost, for mean we get 49.47 million. For the median we get 46.25 million, and for the mode we get 36.2 million. And secondly, for profit margin, for mean we get just 24.72%. For median we get 25.35%. For the mood we get just 21.2% only. Mean, the average product cost across the companies is 49.47 million, while the average profit margin is 24.72% only. These indicators that companies generally have higher production costs relative to their percentage profit margins. Secondly, median. The median production cost is 46.25 million, slightly lower than the mean, suggesting the distribution of production costs may be slightly skewed to the right, a few higher values increasing to the mean. The median profit margin is just 25.35% only, slightly higher than the mean, indicating the slight screw to the left, a few lower values reducing the mean. Thirdly, mode. The most common production cost value is just 36.2 million, showing a cluster around this level. The most frequent profit margin value is just 21.2%, highlighting a common profit range among the companies.
Hi, I'm Juliana Jedul. My nometrics is BB23160958. I will present part 3 and provide a descriptive analysis and interpretation of the result. On the question, I have searched for percentile, quartile, median, maximum, and minimum value. The purpose of this analysis is to understand the distribution and pattern of data on production cost and profit margin, including data position such as quartile, minimum, maximum, and median. For the percentile calculation, I have used Excel for the 25%, 50%, 75% percentile calculation. You can look at the diagram about each percentile. I choose to find the percentile value of the production cost and profit margin, and also the formula I use. For the quartile calculation, I have also used Excel for the calculation of quartiles 1, quartile 2, and quartiles 3 for both indicators. Once we get the quartile value, quartile 2 is equal to the median. As for the result interpretation, based on which I analysis for quartile and percentile, it provides an overview of distribution of the data and the relative position of the value in the dataset. Production cost and obsolete costs, while profit margin are a measure of efficiency that show how well a company can generate profit based on the cost incurred. The relationship between production cost and profit margin. Companies that successfully optimize their production costs tend to have higher profit margin. For example, company with lower than median cost, 46.25 million ringgit, may be able to maintain higher profit if operational efficiency is well implemented. However, low production costs do not necessarily guarantee high profit margin. Companies need to ensure that their investment in new technology, or process do not affect the quality of the product, which can affect sales result. For a conclusion, company that can reduce production costs while maintaining product quality have the potential to achieve greater profit margin. After that, investment in new technology and process optimization should be aimed at reduce costs without sacrificing profit margin. Then lastly, a positive relationship between efficient production cost and stable profit margin can improve a company financial sustainable as suggested in the question. That's all from me. Thank you.
My name is Visalamidi Manivannan. My number metric is BB23160917. I would like to explain about part 4. The part 4 is calculate and compare measure of dispersion between the two key performance indicators. For the measure of dispersion, the range are the range measures that spread of data by subtracting the minimum value from the maximum value. These are the values of each companies. The variants are step 2 measures the average square division of value from the mean. These are the method of mean calculation, production cost and profit margin. These are the squared deviation of company. For each company, it calculate the value mean. These are the example. For the summary interpretation, the production costs companies like UMW Holding Berhad and Malayan Flour Mills Berhad show significantly higher production costs than the mean. It's indicating the larger operation or higher cost. The company like Panalpina World Transport and Nippon Electric Glass have production costs much lower than the average. The profit margins are the company like SC, Berhad and Palapina World Transport have much higher profit margin than average, it indicating greater efficiency. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Kayalvili, daughter of P. Ravichandran, and my metric number is BB23160943. I'm going to explain about Part 5 calculate and interpret measures of association between two keys performance indicator. The two keys we have to find is covariance and correlation coefficient. Covariance, summation symbol, xi minus x bar bracket, multiply with yi minus y bar, divide with n minus 1. And correlation coefficient is rxy equals to sxy divided by sxsy. These are the example table of calculation before find the covariance and correlation coefficient. To find xi minus x bar, production cost minus the mean of production cost. To find yi minus y bar, profit margin minus the mean of profit margin. Then multiply the answers, which is xi minus x bar, multiply with yi minus y bar. Then you will get the answer. Let's find the covariance and correlation coefficient. Covariance 2512.82 divided by 30 minus 1. The answer will be 86.65. Correlation coefficient 86.65 divided by bracket 25.42 bracket 3.80. The answer will be 0.90. A correlation of 0.90 indicates a very strong positive relationship between production cost and profit margin. As production cost increases, profit margin tends to increase as well. This suggests that more efficient or higher levels of production are associated with higher profitability. This strong correlation shows that increasing production cost is likely to lead to improve profit margins, supporting strategies to scale production for better profitability. Thank you.
That's all from us. Thank you.